Welcome to another episode of Dirty D Gaming. We're in the wildlands, cave number 2. No, go ahead and skin these real quick. I'm looking something up real quick. Onwards. Onwards, my brother. Onwards. So far, no castle pieces. I wonder if it's a normal wolf cave, which would be pretty lame. More flavor. Yeah, I'm actually shocked there's not dire wolves in here, to be honest. No. I mean, the bosses usually fight like a dire wolf, and then some. Which is, it's kind of weird, because, like, we can easily, solo probably these wolves, right? But then you get to the boss, and it's like, you need, like, 3 people. Yeah. Yeah. This is interesting. I hope it's not a boring cave. I'm getting like a Home Valley vibe here so far. I found. Wait, what's here? Wolves. Hopefully, maybe there's another type of name here. I mean, this would probably be challenging when we first start out. We're all in bronze. I mean, they do an okay job of covering up holes, but it's like there was an entrance here. Oh, right here? Look, well, look at this right here. It's just like, yeah, boom. Oh, it's totally way. I think they literally, I mean, they use the same cave, right? That's a known fact, but like they just section it off. I bet you like the whole full cave is here, but we only have access to like half of it. Trying to figure out which way to go. I'm just hoping they do that patch or lioness this week. It'd be nice. It means we'll get an influx of people. Hopefully get more people to join. Ooh, look at this. Whoa, this is different. Huh. Alright, start clearing. I bet your name will spawn here eventually. I want to build like ceilings like this. Okay. You making new friends, wolves? Yeah, I'm not looking forward to launch in wolf caves, and there's probably gonna be like 1,000,000 people in them. Because like you know, everyone's gonna go here not for loot, as like the names. They're gonna go here for the hides. Oh wow, this is interesting. I've never seen a setup like this before. Oh no way, you can swim here? Interesting. Another beautiful day in Pax Day. That's what I'm talking about. Killing wolves, getting it done. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see where we need to go from here. This cave is way different than... Is it underneath the water? Magic. Look, I've never swam in a cave. This is like a first time ever swimming in a cave. They got a swimming pool in our cave and we can't. What's that about? Like, I know. I'm very upset. Yeah, I have to get Josephus on that right away. Like this one looks pretty deep too. Cannonball. Wait, is this a... yeah. I'm looking at the boat. I think there's a boat or something here. What the heck is that? I think there's a boat in here. Interesting. Oh yeah, it's not fun. I think we hit it all. Alright, so this is where we started. In this room at least. Alright, so this is purely a wolf caves, but hopefully there'll be different names. Different names would be good. Or nice, I should say. Damn, what's up before now? Oh. Check my phone. I'm like, what's up with my phone? Oh, it died. Oh, found some wolves. Here, we can pop out and grab her real quick.
Got a question. How much, how many of these extracts are you using per?
33.
So let's see.
No, I don't know. Like to make armor, like 8 maybe at the most, 12, 8 to 12.
If you're leveling, are you using these, or are you just like?
Oh, you're gonna, yeah. If you're gonna make the better equipment, yeah.
But I mean, if you're, oh,
I was using the. I'm sorry. I was using the. Um, there's two types of extracts that I'm on right now. I think the dwarf fruit and one other. They're in. I got right now, and they're over in the jewelry boxes. Those are what I've been using to level alchemy.
well, no, no, I'm sorry. My my inquiry is in terms of, or in regards, 1.0 dropping. So, like, if you're leveling alchemy, like normally at least what I would do is I would make individual runs for Sothis. Like I would spend my days, my literal physical IRL days, going to wildlands of just looking for Sothis. I find a Sothis patch, I mark it on the map, and then I just make my rounds. Go back a little later. Um, so then I'm using all of those Sothisel to level, right? In terms of alchemy, which
Yeah.
is pretty basic and straightforward,
Went
right?
back in.
But in terms of linen, leatherworking,
Okay.
metalworking, or armor smithing, weaponsmithing, and if you're using extracts, my question is so say for the warrior's helm of second breath too, are
Use.
you
I think
are you making that particular helmet the level,
I
or are you doing basic?
don't know yet, because I had a high level already. But I'm assuming at some point, based off of in the past, that I'm gonna be bottlenecked into making greens, depending on how they place everything level wise. I might have those other extra characters that I haven't level crafted on. I might hop on one of these days just to see how that flows. Because I preferably would like just to make the grays because there's less components needed. You know what I'm saying? But there might be bottlenecks where I might have to make greens to get the skill to get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Which with if that's the case, that's gonna suck because you talk about anywhere from 8 to 12 extracts. In the low levels, you just need the plant, 8 to 12 plant. So, like I said, that's why I'm thinking like not going deep, but like at least getting enough into the level to see, all right, this is what I need to do to get to iron.
Oh, you know what it is. Okay, so I'm up here. Like I'm up here at the with my guy. I'm level.
Lost you, man.
What am I?
Down to the
Level
water.
19 weaponsmithing. So if I just make a steel broadsword, it's just steel.
Yeah,
There's no extracts.
yeah,
There's no
yeah,
ores.
yeah. The gray one's nothing. Yeah. Well, here, can you look at that right now? Like, do you see a gap? Like, look at the cap outs of wherever it gives you experience and see what's available. Because that's what it's going to come down to. You might be making gray, but when do they gray out and what's there next to replace it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if I go all the way to the bottom, the like to the like the steel, the attuned hot iron battle axe, the steel greatsword am I next to? They're xed out. They're impossible, right?
Okay.
Um,
But they're both green, right?
one's green, one's white because I can't make.
Yeah, gray for them. Yeah. All right. So that means all right. So then hopefully then, because that's my worry is like based off of Act Two, Verse Two, there was like gaps. You know what I'm saying? Where you could only make a certain item, and it would suck because every now and then that certain item would need a ridiculous amount of material. So I'm hoping, I hope that they learn from that and they'll space out the grays. So like there's always some kind of gray item to make. Well, white item,
Cheap and easy.
yeah. But it's hard to tell because like, I mean, I guess I could sit there and try to dissect it from my own thing. But the problem is it won't. I would have to look at numbers. It would take a little bit longer versus oh, this con's yellow, this con's because everything con's trivial to me.
Right.
I'm hoping there'll always be some kind of white to make. Like, all right, so I just trivialized the broadsword, the iron broadsword. Hopefully, like the iron two-handed sword is like plain version is the next thing to level up to the next level.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, okay, so like the wrought iron greatsword. Okay, let's see. Well, you know what? Let me go up a little higher. The iron battle axe. Right. Tuned iron battle axe. Green. So the iron battle axe, white. The attuned is green. Then the next one up is white. The broadsword. So yeah, there's always going to be a white one. I mean, obviously, when you get to the end, right?
Yeah,
The story progresses, you are infinitely exhausted.
yeah. Well, I'm just hoping like and I'm fine with making gray items. Like let's be realistic. We're probably gonna be in white items at the very beginning until we start getting some lockets and all that stuff to drop. But weapon wise, unless they change durability, unless we're doing something super serious, I would not use a tuned weapon. I would be using a white weapon because it's literally like you lose 1%, you use 1% lifetime to fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you really only repair the swords once and a half before the lifetime's completely shot, and you have to make a new weapon. Like it's horrible right now. Like armor, like I have tier 2 armor I made like ages ago that I'm still using. That's just now at a third of lifetime, and I died a lot, and durability and repaired it multiple times. So like that's the only sucky part. Like we're not having an issue right now with making attuned weapons, is because we have 3 chests of lockets. You know what I'm saying? Like so, but like when we start over again, it's going to be rough because we're not going to have that supply, and the rate they're dropping right now compared to what they used to drop, it's okay drop rate, but compared to what I'm used to, it's trash. Like that one time I just went around the wolf cave solo that night you logged out. I didn't kill any more names. I just kept killing wolves. Like if I did that in verse 2 and verse 1, I would walk home with a whole inventory full of the furry collars. I got maybe 1 stack.
Did you grab those that I dropped off?
What, last time?
No.
No, where'd you put them?
Well, yeah, I guess from the other night.
I mean, if you,
Extracts?
yeah, if you gave them to me, I did, yeah.
Oh no, the furry collars. Yeah, I put them in 3 chests here.
Okay.
I've been trying to breed those. I figured that was for stuff to be put away, so I've been doing it a little bit by little bit, and putting them in, the system. Recommend it. If you have a video on Knights of
The,
Valor,
the system? Yes, yes. Don't break the
just
system.
don't wear an apron.
Ooh, that guy. Oh, that's a wolf.
I don't wear an apron.
Yeah, you do. Don't lie. Yes, you're right. It's not a pink apron, but I've seen you wear aprons. It's not an apron, sir. It's a, what do you call that thing?
A man bib.
No, it's a, I'm so tired. I can't think of the name. There's a fancy name for it. I just can't remember. But yeah, dude, don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to launch just so I know everything will be permanent and all that stuff. But either we're gonna have so much crap in storage, it's not gonna be funny. Because you can't throw anything away. We need everything.
Yeah, you'll need everything. I was actually just thinking of that because it's like either you have dedicated areas, so like the like your little jewelry area and our little alchemy area. It's like yeah, you've got a room, but you need like 10 or 15 chests for alchemy alone.
And the castle's pretty big, but it's not that big.
Right. And then, well, not only that, you start compounding the the amount of items that people have,
Yeah.
right? And then load time, rendering times. Like somebody comes into an area, like you know what I mean? Like it has to render all those items in your chest too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lovely time. I mean, I still I like the setup we have in the castle with all the craft and stuff. It just sucks because like we might have to trim down like I have what 3 and 3 on the tanner and the cloth thing. What was the cloth thing called? I can't even think of.
The looms.
The looms, yeah. We might have to do 2 and 2 just so we have more space for woodworking. Or maybe I move the woodworking stuff into where the fletching table is. Because like the woodworking tables and all that stuff, they're like the carpentry tables, like crammed in the corner where the leatherworking is. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe because like we're gonna need like 3 or 4 looms up, and 3 or 4 tanning tables up.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's about to get real big.
So maybe I'll take the woodworking stuff because I'll give an extra loom and an extra tanning table in that area and just move it over to where the fletching table is with the blacksmith stuff.
I'm sorry, say that.
So all the, like the carpeting table, the log stump, move that where the fletching table is. Because we have extra space there technically right now. Because we're gonna need like a we're gonna need extra we're gonna need 4 looms and 4 tanners for sure at launch. Well, we won't even have that second floor. I'm getting way too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, because you're not gonna want to rebuild it. You just want to build it once. You're gonna need granite and limestone, right?
Well, it's not as bad as Conan. Well, let me rephrase that. Alpha Conan or Beta Conan when we played, you can pull pieces out, and for the most part, the stuff won't come crumbling down unless you pull like pillars, like all at once. So it's not crazy like that, but it's still a pain in the butt because if you place a bench and it's touching the wall, that's fine. But if you blow out that wall, then you have to move the bench because now the collision's there. Put the new piece in. But like, we're gonna have to figure. So maybe we're gonna just have to do like a shack, I guess. Maybe just like a crafting shack until we get everything situated with the castle.
What is your lime? Well, so that's the other thing. Your base ingredients, limestone. What is limestone used for?
Pretty much just castle building. Oh, and tannin.
And tanning.
Yeah. Well, actually, a lot of tannin because you have to make the hides with limestone.
Wait. Okay, so you have limestone or lime and lime mortar, and then you also have sand.
Yeah.
There's some ingredients that are like, oh my gosh, how do we juggle? So sand. Do you to make lime? You need to make lime mortar. You need to use sand. You need sand.
Yeah. But you get a ton of sand.
What's that?
You get a ton of sand when you're harvesting limestone. But we've been throwing that sand away because like we had so much backup. We had a stash of sand. You know what I'm saying? So we were throwing it away.
Sure.
So now
Yeah.
more trips because we're going to be keeping the sand.
So I guess my question is, how do we juggle that? And juggle. I mean, how do you want to do it? How do you want to do like with sand alone? With limestone. The alchemist is going to need sand for glass and build. So how do we want to go about building? Do we just like kind of put up a wooden structure and kind of almost like work our way through the metal ages? Stone Age, Bronze Age.
Here's the problem. So you can technically, I think, unlock the granite stuff at level 21. Not granite, sorry, the limestone at 21. Let me double check. Skill. I'm looking it up real quick. Wow, there's a lot of level 1 crap. What the hell? Okay, so lime mortar, that unlocks at 20, right? Which is scary because don't we need lime before that for for oh, that unlocks at 5. All right. So yeah, all right. So lime mortar unlocks at 20. Let me see when I can actually make walls. Yeah. Well, it's showing the walls level. That doesn't make sense. All right. Obviously, the recipe list is bugged. It's not showing what level it's unlocked. Flame. Like,
What are you looking for?
see what level limestone walls unlock at. I typed in lime, like you can do a search, but when I do that, it doesn't say what level. So I'm assuming it has to be at the level 20 carpeting because you don't unlock lime mortar until 20.
What are you looking for? Limestone wall or
Limestone
granite wall?
limestone walls. Well, granite's worse because granite I think unlocks higher. I think granite's 31.
Yeah, limestone walls at one. Granite.
Where, no, because like, how are you looking it up? That if you like,
Recipe.
if you're searching for it, it doesn't. It's not showing proper because when I go into carpentry, it's telling me crenellations, limestone crenellations is level 31. But but then when I look at it in the recipes, it's telling me it's level one, and it's so which is it then? So there's some kind of bug going on. It's not telling you what level you can actually unlock this stuff at. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Crenellated battlement limestone level 30. If when
Yeah.
I'm actually in carpentry, but I didn't see the walls. I might have missed them, or maybe the higher level. Okay, limestone walls, level 30. So I won't be able to make any of the limestone until I'm level 30 carpentry, which shouldn't be too bad to get it up. Yeah, and then granite unlocks at level 32. But to harvest granite, you need what? A rough iron?
Steel.
No, rough iron.
Rough.
So, like, we won't be able to harvest granite until I get. It's like not. It's not really a big issue because I did. Like I built originally out of the cobblestone, not the cobblestone, the level one stone stuff, right? And then I replaced it slowly with granite, so it's not a big issue. But the main issue is going to be the pillars, man, the support pillars. I don't know if the nice pillars are going to have enough stability. I mean, we'll find out, I guess. Like, I'm not trying to build a castle overnight, but I would realistically, I would at least want to get to the first two floors done on the castle overall. So then that locks in all our crafting areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then slowly work on the rest. But like I said, we still have to get all those skills up. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, granted, let's just say in carpentry, I figure out a way to get it to level 30, right? Well, we don't have rough iron pickaxes. It doesn't make a difference if, I'm 50 in carpentry. We can't harvest the granite. Still no name. Interesting. Like, that's why I'm definitely taking off, because I'm going to try to power level, like, carpentry as quickly as possible. Get the plots down, obviously, right? Get the layout of the castle, like the foundation layout, done, right? And then focus on getting carpentry and my blacksmithing and armor working up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Because what's going to bottleneck us is our tools. You know what I'm saying? Because I won't be able to, who knows how high I'm going to be able to get in carpentry because, you know, I need, you know, heartwood, right? But you need what? Level 2 chopping axe to get heartwood? Like it's nice that they didn't have us like they didn't wipe our characters, but at the same time it's gonna hurt us because when they do, it's gonna be like, what do we do? Like when we had issue like with when we came back this time, we had no bronze because verse 1 had no bronze items, and then they added it in verse 2, but we were so far beyond bronze, so like okay, we never gathered it. Even the copper and the tin, we didn't need it for anything either, so like there was no reason to gather it. So coming verse 3, we had very limited supply. I think the reason we had what we had at the start is because people harvested by mistake. It's going to be fun, but at the same time, it's going to be a headache. No sleep for Dirty D for like a whole week probably.
I'll probably take at least 2 days off for that.
Yeah, it all depends on when release is released, you know what I'm saying? Because like if they do it like on a Monday or Tuesday, like I only work half days those days anyway. Well, one day I'll have off and the other day I'll have a half day. But I'll work Sunday so I can get the full day off. And hopefully hopefully Cass is gonna, you know, be motivated on, because we're gonna need him to do weaponsmithing. Because like, I don't mind once we get established to a point, like I go back and level up like weaponsmithing, but that first, you know, release month, whatever you want to call it, I prefer just to focus on blacksmithing and armor smithing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm technically gonna be forced to do armor smithing, blacksmithing, and carpentry because we're gonna need the carpentry. Well, I'm gonna need it so I can build.
Yeah, I think everybody's gonna probably be leveling that.
Yeah.
Imagine.
So yeah, so maybe like we get to the layout, like we claim our area, I build a layout, right? Once I get that done, we see where everything else is situated, like on the main plots, or even maybe you just use one of your plots and just make like a giant building there, a square, like nothing fancy, just like a longhouse. You know what I'm saying? And just have all the crafting stuff in there and storage.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. You just do, yeah, just kind of do that,
And then once,
then you're right.
yeah, and then once it's time to move the stuff inside the castle, you can demolish what's on yours and put a, you know, if you want to make a regular building on yours, you know, make a regular building or pull it off, whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind that idea. I mean, it kind of prolongs game life. I mean, you can imagine some of the bigger clans are gonna go limestone granite. But if we kind of, if we build it out longer, wait it out longer, just like build a simple structure, and then maybe even do some structures that are gives the impression of building taking a long time to build.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind building in layers. Like we'll get the foundation done, right? And then that would be like the foundation. You know, based how the castle's laid out now. Let's just say I get exactly the same plot setup like where it is on that hill and all that stuff. So we'll have the base foundation in the back, right? And then the front where the two towers are, we'll have the first level of that done because that will level it out, like just in nice walls. And then the storage area would be done too because that's technically one below the base foundation in the back. And then maybe like we get situated, we get the skills up, we start stockpiling. Like we'll put like a chest aside, like 2 or 3 chests aside, but like castle materials. Every time you go out and get limestone for for doing like leatherworking, you pick 1 stack of limestone, you put it in a chest. You know what I'm saying? You grab 1 stack of sand, you put it in the chest. So then like every week we just take all that and start building. You know what I'm saying? Until we get to a point where we don't have to worry about that. We got a dog, sweet. What's his name? But I mean, I'm gonna be realistic. I have a funny feeling once I get a certain point in crafting, and I get bottlenecked because I need a certain, like Cass hasn't got his weapon crafting up high enough to make the tools I need. I'm probably gonna start building like crazy, harvesting and building if I can. It just sucks that, like, why do they put granite so high? Like, I feel like granite needs to be 20. Well, I guess they do that because you need a lime for tanning. I feel it should be the other way around. I feel granite should be like level 20, and limestone buildings should be like level 30. But hey, maybe if they fix, the biggest issue, if they fix the limestone pillars and they give proper support, I won't even need granite. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, because I'll be able to use the limestone pillars. I want to use the limestone pillars, but they give no support. Like I got like bottleneck. I got the castle like what 2.5, well no 1.5 layers high, and then everything was red. I'm like, what is going on? And I found out it's because of the pillars not giving support. I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, really? What happened? What happened? What did he say? Did he talk about Dirty D Gaming, how it's the best streaming site? Dirty D Gaming.
Probably have to scrub pretty hard, Joe.
Steel wool and bleach usually works the best.
Lie.
Oh god, lie. That's a burns. I cleaned with that once, never again.
Just do what the meta does. He just lathers himself up with lard and just covers everything.
Listen, it's very natural way. Since we're getting so much lard in the game, like I don't want it to go to waste. It's a preservative. Well, lard was a preservative, so I'm just trying to preserve my body.
Okay.
Yeah, it was used as a preservative. You put stuff in lard to keep it from spoiling.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like submerge it in lard. Ugh. Damn, this cave is being like a letdown. Where's the names at?
It has been somewhat of a disappointment, hasn't it?
Because we're coming up on respawn 2, right? Yeah. I mean 3.
Do you think we could take a name?
No, I think we'll probably get up. Well, you got your spear, right? I got my spear.
I have a spear, yeah.
We can find a nice little niche and cheese it.
Um,
But I just want to know what names spawn here, because if I know what name it is, then at least I can look it up and potentially see what it drops.
I think there's a section that we missed. I think pretty much
No, it's
it's
just we didn't get lucky to name the spawn yet. They don't. It's not guaranteed from the spawn to second spawn. We've been lucky in places. You know what I'm saying? It's completely random when they're gonna spawn. Like in theory, I can get up. I can get the cat. Whoa, wow. I can get the castle up sooner. Okay. Go ahead. No, I was just saying I can get the castle up sooner. It's going to be out of the nice walls. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I'll just be banging my head.
Somebody had a question. They says, can a feudal house claim land in Lioness that isn't a feudal objective to build on without opening themselves to war declarations? The answer is yes. I can see this as the balance for PvP and PvE lands. It means they still don't get to participate in the feudal objectives. Some miss out on those benefits. I also see it as achieving victory for highest PvE players. Okay, so basically, stupid. Um, can a feudal house claim land in Lioness that isn't a feudal objective? Okay, so uh, the trade towns.
Yeah.
It looks like a PvE clan that doesn't want to do PvP can go into Lioness and claim that trade town.
Or a part of it.
Right.
Yeah, because trade towns are supposed to be PvE claiming. Pretty much whoever has a deeper pocket, and then the other land is PvP.
Somebody says, I think a thing that a lot of people are upset with is that in the beginning we were led to believe that the knight system, soldier system, which has disappeared, were going to be systems outside of the clan so that all clan members could join.
What?
Monstrix says this is the problem of announcing things early. Players want to know more about what your game will be about if the details change. That some players will be very upset about it. Change was done because the previous concept had too many issues.
Well, they would have to build
As
another
we,
whole feature.
yeah, and as we have been promising an opt-in PvP system for the longest time, we tried to stay true to this.
I mean, regardless, it's going to be opt-in. Because unless you go to Lioness, unless they have that other feature where you're at war, I think at war would be the only time. Say like, if we make the clan a knight, right, knighthood. So at war, everyone would be fair game, based how they explained it last time. So like,
and I need a minute. Okay, I gotta
that's
use the
fine.
restroom.
So the question is like, is it like they didn't really touch it too well? Is it wars everywhere or just in Lioness? Or is it, well, obviously it wouldn't be, they said homesteads will always be safe. So would war spill into the wildlands too, or just Lioness? That's the
I
main
think
question.
I think it will spill into the wildlands, but only through. But it's not like permanent. It's like a 24-hour war declaration or something like that.
Yeah, so that's the only time I can see like someone getting that doesn't want PvP in a clan getting roped into it. I guess you would say.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not expecting everyone to do PvP. I want, I mean, to be successful. Let's be realistic. We need more than just PvPers. We need people that like to gather, people that like to craft, people that like to PvP. You know what I'm saying? Like we have everything. Because I'd rather us be a small but effective force because we have people that are wanting to PvP versus like dragging people to kick in and screaming to go PvP. And then like we have the support. Like I want to, I know it's gonna be hard at first, but I want us to be as self-sufficient as we can, as a group. So we don't have to worry, like we don't have to worry about finding supplies, especially if like the way weapons are. Like Cass doesn't realize yet, but he's gonna be a very busy man. Because just if they leave it the way it is right now, he's gonna be making everyone. He's pretty much gonna have to make everyone a weapon like every other day. And I'm gonna be that special care bear. I'm gonna need 2 weapons a day because I blow through weapons like crazy.